Hello everyone, this is Han again. So tonight, I'd like to do some sharing regarding to the 135 F1.8 GM and also 135 F1.8 ZA, which is for the A mount, because I own this A mounts pretty much since 2013, yes, with the A99, and now I'm using it with A99 Mark II, which is a 42.4 megapixel, and the 135 GM is actually mounting on the A9. So this is actually a very interesting test because the A99 Mark II, as you know, the sensor is actually derived from A7R2, which is a 42.4 megapixel. It's a lot more pixel compared to A9. A9 is actually a 24. So this is a good test because with a higher megapixel count, it also determines whether the lens can actually resolve the details. So this is where some of the older lenses, a lot of older lenses on the market, depends on which one. Majority, they can't resolve more than 30 megapixel. So this is actually a good test to do side-by-side comparison. And then also showing you that because G-Master lenses is made for futures and also future-proof. If the sensor goes more dense, like 50 megapixel, it also works. So okay, just cutting shots. This is a good test. And in front of me here, okay, I'm using let's say the Lightroom. I did some test shot and so do some comparison. Okay, in front of me, you can see right now with the this is how it looks on the bokeh ball. Okay, you can see this green bokeh ball, orange ball. On the side, it looks a bit more like a round shape. Due to the compression of the image, that's why you get this kind of shape. This is totally fine and normal, don't worry. As again, if you compare to the old A mount, it's the same thing. It has that kind of shapes. So it's completely normal. And those both shot, I shot it not side by side. Basically, I shot it first, A9, and then I jumped to the A9, put on the tripod. The scale of the height might look slightly different, but anyway, it's almost the same thing. But I want to focus this. Okay, let's say I do side-by-side comparison. Okay, you can see these two. Straight away, you can see one big problem. Okay, oops, it doesn't lock in. Okay, now let's say it pops in. So just bear in mind, on the left hand side is an A9, on the right hand side is an A99 Mark II. Both full frame sensor, except A99 Mark II is a 42.4 megapixel. This is why when I do 1:1 ratio and large, you will see the right hand side is bigger than left side. That is normal. But anyway, you can see the characteristic in the bokeh board, they are slightly different. Actually, they are very different. As you can see, G-Master is super clean, has nothing inside. Okay, on the right hand side, it looks like there's some kind of bubble, not bubble, some sort of character inside. You can see the bokeh board is not smooth at all. Due to the older lenses, the how they mold the glass is not as good as these days. G-Master is well known for the glasses is very good resolution, good bokeh. That's what we highlight. So in the G-Master has an XA element. It's down to 0.01 micron accuracy. When they mold the glass is super smooth. So this is why you can get the bokeh on the left hand side and the bokeh on the right side as very different. So again, you can see these two side by side, and zooming on the camera, you can see they are almost identical, but you can see left hand side slightly more contrasty, a little bit more sharper, because I was focusing on this area on the both lenses. I put it on the tripod, almost same thing, and then I focus it around here. You can see this part here is slightly more contrasty. And what happened here? Where's all the contrast? Where all the details? So as you can see, both shot at f1.8, okay, and then you can see it's 1.8 here, and then you can see on the due to the lenses was not made more than 30 megapixel. Back in the day, lenses were not made more than like higher pixel. This is why when you do comparison with the higher pixel count camera, you can really see the difference. So again, on this one, on the 42.4 megapixel, the lens does not resolve well on the sensor. This is where it lacks details right now. So this is one of the tests. You can see this as overall, that's the bokeh board. And one interesting I want to highlight is when it goes back to what do you call this? The G-Master technology. Okay, again, I want to do side-by-side test. You can see, look at the bokeh board. The bokeh board is slightly different here. Okay, on the right-hand side is a 135.8 ZA, the A mount one. It was a legendary, revolutionary, because back in 2008, there was no one with 135 at 1.8. It was only 135 at f2. Until recently, we had the brand S, which is from the third party, with a 135 1.8. Okay, so they are still 9 aperture blade. You can see the aperture blade here, and you also look at the aperture blade on the G-Master. You can see the smoothness of the bokeh. Okay, look at the shapes. Because of G-Master lenses are made with this lens particular, it has 11 aperture blade. When it have 11 aperture, it allows you to have rounder bokeh ball. Even you stop down maximum up to 2 stops. Okay, this lens is actually 1.8. So as you know, 1 stop is actually equals to 3 clicks. Whenever you dial the button on your camera, the dial on the camera, you move 3 steps, like 3 times. Like again, you feel clicks. Like 3 clicks is equals to 1 stop. So from let's say f2 to 2.8 is equals to 1 stop. 2.8 to f4 is another stop. So what I'm trying to prove here is that G-Master lenses, even you stop down to 2.8 or f4, which is a maximum of about 2 stops, it still give you a rounder bokeh ball. But this is f4, this is more than 2 stops, but still give you the very nice bokeh ball. Again, you can see nice bokeh ball, and then the contrast, you can see, not contrast, right? The bokeh ball inside is not as smooth and nice compared to G-Master. This is why G-Master is so unique and so different compared to the market, because in our overall market, don't forget, this Zeiss lens is actually one of the legendary. It was a benchmark for a lot of makers to be actually kind of like benchmarking, because this is one of the sharpest and nicest creamy bokeh. But G-Master with this 135 kills it all. Super good. Again, look at this. Okay, right now you can see with f4 at the 135 1.8, it has a bit more contrast, but compared to G-Master, it's no-brainer. Don't forget one more thing, A9 is only 24 megapixel. A99 Mark II is 42. By technique, in theory, 42.5 pixels should produce more sharper pictures compared to 24. But right now there's an issue. Again, as I mentioned to you before, 135 is only the lens will not make the result more than 30 megapixel. Back in the days, because last time there was no 30, there was maximum up to 24. So the lens, when they design, it didn't design for that high megapixel. So what I'm trying to say is, a lot of lenses today on the market, it might sound that they can use it for E-mount, they might not be able to resolve high megapixel count for the camera until you actually do some comparison side by side. You might not notice at the start, but when you do some comparison by yourself, you might actually appreciate why G-Master is different. So this is one of it. Again, and then I want to highlight is one thing is about sharpness. So that's next I'll do some testing. Okay, this one is actually back at my home in the balcony, and I do side by side shot. I focus down on the tree. Okay, let me just have side by side. So this video might take a bit draggy, so it's all good. If you have time, take some time to understand. So you can see this is all real-time, real-life shots. There's no fake shot. Just put on tripod and take photo to see compressor. And all this in raw file, has no editing. So you can see all the exit info and stuff like that. So again, you can see this part here. The tree, I was focused on this tree. Yes, they both looks quite identical. You might not see a lot here, but I can see from here, the tree on the 135 1.8 size looks a bit fuzzy, a bit blur, like fuzzy. And I don't want one more thing. It was at night time. There was no wind, so the tree can stay still. I took it at the night where it's no windy at all, so everything is still. You can see the tree on the 135 1.8 GM much more contrasty. This is what people emphasize. G-Master lenses is made for corner-to-corner resolution, corner-to-corner sharpness. So when you want to test a lens, how good the camera can resolve to do the lens test, what you do is you focus both, let's say you have 2 different lenses, both lenses, manual focus, not autofocus, manual focus onto one particular portion, same spot, and take a shot, focus again, take a shot. Maybe you want to take out of 5 shots and choose the best one. That's what I do. I take out of 5 shots and choose the best one. And then these are the best I can get. So to test the lens performance, you actually need to look at the corner. Usually lenses at wide open 1.8, 1.4, the center part usually is fine. Only when you look at the corner of the image, that's where it tells the story. So again, 135 1.8 on the right hand side is actually A mount and it's 42.4 megapixel, and you can see this shot clearly side by side. Okay, again on the right side is 42, on the left side is 24 megapixel. You can see how much more contrast you can see. You can even see the details on the floor, but this one looks a bit more fuzzy. Again, both of them manual focus at the tree, exactly the same speed, same spot, but you see everything become very fuzzy. So because of the lens does not resolve more than 30 megapixels, one thing, and another thing is that the lens is not as contrasty and high resolution compared to G-Master. This is why G-Master is so good at this point. And then there's a lot of lens on the market. A lot of them, you might get it, of course, it's up to personal budget. I understand all these things, but I'm just trying to show you that there's a lot of different range in the market with the lens, all this and that. Not just Sony, a lot of different characteristics. What I'm trying to say is that G-Master is aimed for the futures, it's benchmarking for the futures, and it's very sharp, very contrasty, and very nice bokeh board. Thanks to the XA element, which is proprietary for Sony only. Only Sony only has this technology, and they do it for themselves only. This is why G-Master is unique. So again, one more thing I want to highlight here is about chromatic aberrations. Okay, what is chromatic aberration is you will find a picture when you focus on some spot, especially if you focus at 1.8. This line is 1.8, it's the widest aperture. You might find some good like purple and green fringing. So to show you, just do side-by-side test again. Sorry, this video takes a bit draggy. So let's say this one is a side-by-side test, okay? Okay, so this is the 135 1.8 and 135 what do you call this? Okay, 135 1.8 and 135 1.8 ZA on the right hand side, GM on the left hand side and right hand side. You can see how much more chromatic aberration on the right hand side. This is all the green purple fringing. Oops, sorry. You can see how much more detail you can get. Very contrasty. The words is pitch black, black is black, white is white, and there's no sign of chromatic aberration. It's super minimal. So to do this test, very easy. What you need to do is you find a camera, okay, we point to a book. And usually I don't show it auto white balance. I change my white balance to the white balance of the room, depending, because I want to see the book, the paper is become white color. So usually I change my white balance. But regardless, two lenses focus on the same spot, and then you take the same photo. So you can see these two here. On the left hand side is the GM. The GM produce much cleaner pictures without any CA issue. But right hand side, that's the after years. That's like technology from way before. So this thing happens because make it easier is in light spectrum, okay, lights has a lot of, okay, let's say white color alone. White color is actually consists of a lot of color into one, a lot of color combined together become white color. So in light color, light itself has, every color channel has a different wavelength. Every color has a different wavelength. So lenses inside, that's why they have so many different elements. The more element, the more complicated. The light passing through the lens, okay, so let's say I don't have a lens here, but anyway, the lens passing through a lens, and there's a lot of lens inside. To converge all the different wavelength of the color into one spot is not an easy task. It's not an easy task. So lenses has to be very good, some sort of way complicated, and also, you know, a lot of different mechanism inside. So G-Master has the best mechanism in the lens to show you and also give you less. This is CA. So CA, it can actually convert to 1.8, it can produce less CA. But right hand side, this is a lens came out in 2008. It was revolutionary. It was a benchmark. It was a lot of people dream. It was very good lens. But 10 years after, you can see on 11 years after, you can see how much has been improved. This is why G-Master is unique in one way. Okay, CA. So this issue here, very common. If you are shooting a bride or some kind of wedding day, okay, for some no good reason, when you take a photo of the bride, because they are wearing white color shirts, and then the background is some sort of black color or green color, some sort of contrasty different background, somehow you find the edge of the person, you see a green color fringing, then it's a no good. If you see this problem on the person, and then you introduce different color onto the brides, and then people say, well, how come my wife is having a purple color around the edges? This is called color fringing. Okay, so this is 135 comparison, but just to show you how much has been improved, how much has been changes compared to the competition in the market. So again, 135.8 ZA is not a bad lens at all, but it's the technology, you know, has been improved and all this and that. Now we have this G-Master. So a lot of lens on the market today. I know there's a lot of course, pricing is always the issue. I understand pricing is always, for me also the same thing. So I work very hard for me to bought some crazy lens before I understand. So, but again, if you really care about quality, and especially for future-proofing yourself. So stay with what is a true premium as actually the true identity, like a true thing. So in future, you don't worry, you don't want to upgrade this and upgrade that, a lot of things. So again, this is my sharing about the 135 1.8 GM. Follow up, you might see another video which is about the autofocus performance. Thank you.